What if everything you see is code? What if the universe isn't held together by divine intervention, but by an invisible algorithm that governs every event, every choice, and every consequence? Nearly 2,000 years ago, Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius wrote about something he called the logos, the rational order behind reality. Most people assume he meant God or nature. But what if he was describing something that sounds surprisingly similar to a simulation engine? Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that your entire life has been taking place inside a perfectly designed simulation. Would kindness still matter? Would courage still have value? Would justice become meaningless? Or would these virtues become even more important because they define how you play the game?
Today, we're exploring one of the strangest and most fascinating philosophical thought experiments. What happens when Stoicism meets the Matrix?
To understand this idea, we first need to understand the Stoic concept of the logos. For Marcus Aurelius, the universe wasn't random chaos. Everything followed a rational structure, whether humans understood it or not. The logos was the invisible intelligence that connected stars, seasons, life, death, and human reason into one unified system. Every event happened according to this universal order. Now, compare that to modern simulation theory. In a simulation, there must also be an underlying system of rules. Gravity exists because it is programmed. Time progresses because the engine calculates it. Every object follows mathematical instructions hidden beneath the visible world. To the characters inside the simulation, these rules simply appear to be the laws of nature. Marcus Aurelius never imagined computer software, of course. Yet his description of reality sounds remarkably similar. He believed wise people should stop fighting reality and instead understand its operating principles. Whether you call it nature, the logos, physics, or source code, the advice remains surprisingly consistent. Understand the system before trying to control it.
One of the biggest questions in gaming is whether a character has free will or simply follows programmed behavior. In video games, most characters are NPCs. They repeat routines. They react predictably. They never question the world around them. The player, however, makes conscious choices. Stoicism asks a surprisingly similar question. Are you living intentionally, or are you simply reacting to every emotion, every temptation, and every distraction? Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself to pause before acting. Between an event and your response lies your freedom. That single idea may be the closest thing Stoicism has to breaking free from mental programming. Imagine the simulation isn't testing your intelligence. Imagine it's testing your character. Every difficult coworker, every traffic jam, every disappointment becomes another level designed to reveal whether you'll respond with anger or wisdom. Suddenly, daily frustrations become opportunities instead of obstacles. In this interpretation, the Stoic isn't trying to escape the simulation. The Stoic is trying to master it.
Here's where things become truly interesting. If reality were a simulation, why should morality matter at all? Why not cheat? Why not manipulate others? If none of this is real? Marcus Aurelius would likely answer that virtue isn't about pleasing an external judge. Virtue is about functioning correctly within reality itself. Just as corrupted code causes software to fail, corrupted character causes human life to malfunction. Anger clouds judgment. Greed destroys relationships. Fear limits action. These are not simply moral failures. They are system errors. The Stoics believed wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control were not arbitrary rules. They were the optimal ways of interacting with reality. Like mastering the physics engine of a video game, virtue helps you navigate existence with greater stability and greater effectiveness. Perhaps ethical living isn't about earning rewards after the game ends. Perhaps it is simply the highest performance mode available within the game itself. Most people think the Matrix is an external prison, but Stoicism suggests something different. The real prison isn't reality. It's the uncontrolled mind. Marcus Aurelius repeatedly wrote that people suffer more from their opinions than from events themselves. Modern neuroscience supports this insight. Our brains constantly construct stories, predictions, fears, and assumptions that often have little connection to objective reality. In a sense, every person already lives inside a simulation generated by their own perception. This means escaping the matrix doesn't require unplugging from machines. It requires recognizing distorted thinking. Every time you replace anger with reason, fear with courage, or resentment with acceptance, you weaken the illusion created by your own mind.
The Stoic awakening is not technological, it is psychological.
Whether we live inside a simulation may never be proven. Philosophers debate it, physicists speculate about it, technologists imagine it. But Marcus Aurelius offers an answer that doesn't depend on certainty. If reality is real, live with virtue. If reality is simulated, live with virtue. Because your character remains the only thing truly under your control. Perhaps that's why Stoicism has survived for nearly 2,000 years. Not because it explains the universe perfectly, but because it teaches us how to live well, regardless of what the universe actually is. So here's one final question. If tomorrow someone proved that this entire world was only a simulation, would you change the way you live? Or would Marcus Aurelius smile, knowing you finally understood the game?